2 seconds, people. You go fill up my water.
Alright. Y'all ready for the stream to start? I think I'm ready for the stream to start too. Yeah, let's keep it right there. I was about to say, wait a minute. Alright, are we ready, people? I think we're ready. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, people. Hold on, what time is it? Bum, bum, ba-dum. No, go away. Alright. Alright, let's get into it. Shall we? I think we're ready to get into it. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. It's been a little bit. But I think we're ready to go. Boom! Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back. This is GVS. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I had to scooch over. I want to move this stupid... I have a little side table right here that holds my water. That sometimes I just wanted to scooch or go underneath the desk. It's like, sometimes it's convenient, sometimes it's inconvenient. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Wanted to give my thoughts and reactions to what we witnessed tonight, with the Hurricanes evening up. I can talk, my bad. Evening up the Stanley Cup final at 2 games apiece. Tonight the Hurricanes won 5-3. And so in this stream, what I thought, to give an opening monologue a little bit to the show, is I welcome you guys in. This is GVS, where I try to cover all things sports. If you like sports content, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the polls who you guys have in this series. Even though the series is up, 2 apiece, and, we know who won tonight, you guys can still let me know who you have winning. But yeah, let's get into it. What I wanted to talk about tonight is we didn't do a watch-along stream, kind of like how we did with the NBA Finals yesterday, and so I'll give my thoughts also on Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Spurs and the Knicks, because the Spurs got their first win fending off a sweep. So we'll get into that as well. We'll probably look at some... Oh my gosh. There was a fight with the women's US team. Look at this. Hold on. Get scrappy, win. 8 red cards were assessed. We'll probably go over that later. But anyways, we're gonna go over what we usually go over. We'll look at the sports world, go over the game tonight, look at some of the stuff in the NFL. We can look at memes if you guys want to look at memes. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so, yeah, let's get into it. Let me check. Chats are open. If you guys got a hot take, be sure to let me know. But yeah, let's get into it. So tonight was Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. This was a very good game. Here, hold on, let me make sure. Okay, we're muted here. I kind of wish we were doing a little watch along, but it's okay. All right, here we go. Let's start with this. Here's what happened in the first period. Which we'll also talk a little bit stat-wise on how, if Vegas is going to win this series, they got to attack during the second period especially. But also both teams need to fend off comebacks and just late game surges, because what I'm starting to notice now in this series is now very much dictated on momentum spurts. If you look at the stat going into this game, I believe was 8-1 goals in favor of Vegas, because 3 of those were... Nope, my bad. 4 of them were in yesterday's game, where... Not yesterday's game, but you know the point that I'm trying to make. Game 3, where Marner had his hat trick, so he had 4 goals there. You had the 2 goals that helped them get the lead 3-2. And just like looking at the stats, it was 8-1. I believe, okay, so I got 4, 5, 6, and then I believe 7 and 8 were in game 2, because I believe after first intermission, after first intermission, I think it was 0-0, and then this was game 2, and then in second intermission, I believe that's when Howden scored twice to make it 2-0, and then I believe in the third, that's when we had all of our goals. There was the goal that was waved off. Then it was Carolina got the lead, and then Stoner had a goal at the very end, and then we went to overtime, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this fun stat extended a little bit more because Vegas scored a lot of goals in the second period, and they actually tied the game up. Because at one point, as we can see with this highlight, if I can play it now and get into it, good puck movement. Aho sends it back up here to Gostisbehere, and then Gostisbehere chips it down into the centerman, which, I mean, it's just gutsy. Just, stuff in front of the net where not everybody can do this. Not everybody's turning around and throwing things back on net and stuff. So this was one of the goals. He had 2 goals today. So this is the one that helped regain the lead back to a 3-1 lead. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Carolina came out hot in this game where I believe they were up 2-0. Then Stone had a goal. And then there was the Stahl goal. Here we go. This goal was sick. We'll wait for it. 15 seconds. But Carlson had a goal. And then Howden had a goal that tied it at 3 apiece. Because watching the game unfold in real time, the Canes just let off the pressure. Carlson had his one where it was threw it with one knee on the ice. But as you can see, Carolina started off super hot, and this was something that I touched up on. Sorry, I had to make sure my mic wasn't muted because we have done this before. We are a professional program, ladies and gentlemen, but there have been times where my mic's been muted. One of the goals that I said for Carolina to have or circle in winning a game, and it's something that I touched up on a little bit, is that in all the wins, now that stat doesn't exist anymore because it's kind of wiped clean, and we're on a fresh sheet of ice, for lack of a better term, because now the series turns into a best of 3. But in all 3 of the games leading up to this one, Carolina had not held on to a lead for a substantial time in winning their game. Their game 2 win was in overtime. Game 1, they had the lead for a whole period, and then in the second period, Vegas retook the lead to 3-2, and then it was 3-2 for the remainder of the game until late game heroics. But then Thomas Hedl, of course, scored the game-winning goal to win Game 1. Game 2 was won in overtime, but they were down the whole time. Game 3, it was a blowout. We literally saw it. So then here in Game 4, I was talking about if Carolina wants to get back in this series, they need to A, be physical, but B, just shoot the puck. Because what's kind of super funny is, let's say Montreal did win. Oh my gosh, it could have been a sweep for all I know. The amount of offensive, and I've kind of touched up on this a little bit and talked about with goalies and Anderson and Hart coming into it, where the Avalanche were playing desperate hockey, but Montreal, the offensive production, if you want to compare Colorado to Montreal, not the same. And so if you want to look at the ticky-tacks of, oh, well, this team didn't really get the goalie prepared, I would hear those claims just because, the offensive, just go watch it. Game 1 and 2, pretty fine, but the game 3, 4, and 5, no. Montreal, it was kind of a snoozer, which, it leads up to what we have now, which is a pretty entertaining Stanley Cup final. People are already crowning it as one of the best, and it's it's still got some legs, but yes, it is pretty entertaining. I would say in recent memory, in recent history, the best Stanley Cup final obviously is probably 2024, and that would be for 2 reasons. Number 1, because we got a Game 7, but number 2, how we got to Game 7, where literally the series was over. The Panthers were going to sweep the Oilers. They're up 3-0. And then all of a sudden, McDavid was like, okay, all right, I spotted you guys 3 games. Let's have a series now. Him and Draisaitl and just the Oilers as a whole, they were asleep for the first 3 games, but Game 4, Game 5, Game 6, all of them, I believe Game 6 was a blowout. One of them was a blowout at home. Maybe it was Game 4. But just, it turned into an entertaining series because, technically speaking, the Stanley Cup was in the building for Game 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's pretty cool. Versus here where Stanley Cup's not going to be in the building till I think Game 6 is this weekend. So yeah. Versus, if Vegas wins this one, goes up 3-1. Guess what? Thursday's game, Stanley Cup's in the building because Carolina could lose and Vegas could win it on the road, which I've kind of been leaning towards the away team winning. We haven't seen the away team since Colorado win the Stanley Cup, and I very much could see the away team winning the Stanley Cup in this series. And so that's either going to be Carolina in 6 or Vegas in 7. But then again, Vegas could show up Game 5, smack them around, and then with the stat of what they did to Utah and Anaheim, they win Game 5 and then they win Game 6, 2 games in a row. Another stat too, with on those same lines, Carolina improves not their record, but it's a stat to look at where after a loss, usually they come back with a bounce back win. We were kind of looking at those small stats too with Wembanyama and the Spurs and how the Spurs hadn't lost 3 games in a row in the regular season, and they didn't do it in the finals either. So, all right, enough of me yapping, people. Let's get into what we're getting into, which I thank you guys for being here so much. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying the stream. All right, here we go. What are we doing? All right, here we go. Okay, so it's 3-1. Here we go in. Puck's going around, swirling around. All right, where is... Okay, then we have a breakaway here. We'll get to... Okay, what... This is kind of funny here. No, but what Marner's doing right here, bringing the puck into the zone, they couldn't have bought that in the third period. That is one thing Vegas was not able to do at all, is bringing the puck into the zone, because some way, however they shaped up their defense, Carolina was playing phenomenal. Where for the final 6 minutes, final 7 minutes of the game, there was a turnover, or there weren't any good shots on net, which I had a feeling, because of how this series has gone so far, you throw some last second shots. Now they had an empty netter, and with the final 2 minutes, that's where Vegas did have a lot of their good chances. But from about the 10-minute mark, halfway through the third, to about that 2-minute mark, there was a 9-minute thump, especially after Stahl's second goal, where it's oh my gosh, Vegas cannot, they just kept turning the puck over around the blue line and in the center of the ice, and then here come the Hurricanes. And it wasn't sloppy hockey, but it wasn't super aggressive hockey either, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense when I say it, but it to me it makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. So here we go. We're behind the red line. As we can see, we got a couple of Vegas Golden Knights players here. And then we're swinging it around, and here comes Carlson sitting top of the key. He is all alone. Somebody got caught here just hanging around, because here comes the puck over the middle. Quick one-timer off the knee, glove side, and nothing. Bussy did not know where that was going. And the other thing, too, here's the other thing that was so sick about this goal, is he 5-holed one of the defenders here. So let's go to the other doing. It must have been the other one here. Hold on, let's pull it up here. Let's pull it up, shall we? Yeah, there it is. See, there's Howden's because he 5-holed him. So I guess both of them got 5-hold, which is pretty funny. Okay, 14 seconds. 14 seconds. I can buy time for 14 seconds. But with just how things played out, I mean, you look at the shots on goal. Okay, let's pull it up here. 28 to 21. Vegas, I mean, technically speaking, one of them was, whatever. All right. We're back to it. Okay. So, here we go. So, to this point as well, when you look at just time on the ice, okay, let's get back to, okay, so we have a good chance run here. Again, Vegas has all the momentum because they just scored, because these goals kind of came in pairs back to back. Carolina, to this point, unless I have the actual official like shots on goal in the first half compared to the second period, like just Carolina offensively not doing much. Yes, there were chances and everybody's still shooting the puck, but the lead isn't extending from 3-1 to 4-1, 5-1. It's still staying at 3-2. And so then here we go. Here comes the odd man rush. And they just pulled up, did a little toe drag, and then 5-hold him. Which was so sick. Because after this goal, I didn't think, look how perfect this is. Just cues him up here. A little simple toe drag. Which, I mean, if he dished it down, maybe we could have maybe Bussy's getting the stop here. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Wait 2 seconds. Can you see it's the glare's getting a little, hold on. Let me fix that. Night light off. Boo. All right. Hold on, people. Coming back. Bing. There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, anyways, freeing up a little bit of space. Because, yeah, he could have thrown something here, but he did a little sweet toe drag. And, again, just shot it right through his freaking legs. And then glove side right here where Bussy's too late. Here's one more look. Again, I got to kind of pause it. No, I do not own the NHL, which I think it did. Well, hold on. Let me, with how slow this goes. I don't know. Let's see if it... Oh, no, it didn't tip off of anybody. Like, I was thinking maybe it tipped off the glove. Because one of the goals, I don't know if it was... There was a goal the other day. It might have been Anderson's last one. There was one where it did hit the glove and went in. But anyway, so that's the goal that evened it up. And then let's get to the Stahl goal. Stahl's goal was ultimately the winner goal, which, again, the pressure with Vegas taking all the momentum and like the offensive possession for the Canes not being as effective as it was up until this point, you could just smell, because it was what was going on for the majority of the whole series, where if you have a lead, no lead is safe and no lead is secure for a team to hold on to, because we've seen Carolina blow a lead, we've seen Vegas blow a lead, we've seen Carolina, like, all of it. And so Vegas has all the momentum. Scoring wise, they hadn't scored in over, I mean, one whole period, so there's 20 minutes. I don't like technicality if we're speaking from how many minutes were left in the first period. Let's just say the 7 minutes here in the third, so 27 minutes game time. In real time, about an hour and a half. Okay, so then we have this, which again, this all starts with a gutsy turnover, okay? Jarvis gets his leg in the way, because I believe the puck's down here. Where's the puck? Yeah. Puck's down here, and tries to get cleared away. And then just Jarvis gets in the way and just stands there. So we have a crazy turnover here. And I thought Jarvis was just going to one-time it real quick, where he just does a little little drag, and then a little backhand, top shelf, goal. But no. Which, one thing right here, I don't know how that was not called a high stick, because he swung at it like a bat. But maybe it just, maybe he didn't even hit it. Maybe they don't penalize the action of swinging it like a lightsaber, because I would think, again, that is a high stick, because I mean, you're swinging at it like a baseball. But maybe he didn't make contact. So anyways, but he keeps the puck alive, and then it's dished over the middle. Perfect touch over here to Stahl, and it just dribbles, and then Stahl falls over, and then backhands it in, and it's a goal. And with how just it played out, so you watch it this way. Hold on, let's get to it here. So the puck comes so slow from Ehlers that like Stahl's right there to quick one time it, because look at the net. The net's wide open. Wide freaking open. But the puck just comes so slow that he loses his balance. And he falls because he missed the first swipe at it. And so this second swipe had to be a little backhander. This is the one that hit his glove. Okay. I'm mixing my games up. This, where is the... okay, watch Hart's glove. It hits him in the thumb. Right there. Which, I mean, here's a question for Vegas. Oh, here's a better look. So there's the whiff, and then a quick, jump back on it. Oh, man, boo. Hold on. Maybe the other angle. I gotta be super quick on this. Okay, so watch the glove here. Watch the glove. Yeah, it just ricochets. The camera view, this view, it shows it perfectly. Like it shows it go right off the thumb. So again, just a bit off. Like again, this is a game of inches. And then the final goal by Ehlers took a weird bounce. We might as well show it here. But just Vegas had the chance because they pulled their goalie, and they started to put the pressure on. And I will admit, Bussy made some nice saves. And just trying to clear it away, we had a moment here where, see, good save. He was sprawled out so many times. And so then here comes Ehlers. And then we're all the way behind the red line, and he just throws it off the boards. Like, this is a routine. Maybe it hugs the boards and stays with the boards all the way down. But then it just kind of takes a weird bounce, right? Doink, right there. Oh, did it hit off the ref? Hold on. Whoa. Did it hit off someone over here and then doink? Bingo. Empty netter. Which, this was the first game of the series that had not an empty netter, but a win by more than one goal. Because all the games... maybe this... no. So it hits up off the glass around here. Takes a weird bounce. Which we've seen goals like that before. But this is the first game of the whole series where the winning teams won by more than one goal. Which, and you look too, because we've seen this before. Look at what we got here. Clearly, no, it was a clutch. It was a clutch save. But then he's got to get involved. If Vegas is going to win this series, he needs to get involved. It can't just be Marner and Stone and Hurdle. Oh, which... okay, you want to know another thing? Oh, that this freaking... let me... okay, no. Let's find another... Oh, ESPN doesn't have it. Hold on, maybe let me pull up. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right, let me pull up. Where is the McNabb goal that got called back? I totally forgot about this. Did the NHL post it? Because if the NHL, no, Kane scored twice early, nope. Did ESPN post? Because if ESPN didn't post anything, it didn't happen. Which I've started to learn that a little bit. Where, we didn't post. Must not have happened. Must have, yeah, hell no. ESPN's not gonna cover hockey. Who am I kidding? Maybe Sports Center. Yeah, that was nowhere. Let's just do, let's see if this works. I'm looking up Saved by the Bell, buzzer beater denied. Okay, all right, people. All right, people. No more horsing around. Okay, so, okay, so the NHL technically did post it, but it was in one of their shorts. Okay, so again, screaming across the middle, 0.5 seconds left. Like, look at the time here. Simple slap shot, one timer. It looked good. It looked good to me. And I know this might seem crazy, because they reviewed it and they're like, no. Oh, wait, no. Is this the McNabb? Oh, this is McNabb's injury right here. So he shoots it right. Oh, no. Right there. Boink, right off the face. No, but freaking, where is, because I can't, there we go. Right. Here we go. Okay. So they do the right thing, by going and doing the slow-mo. I think, and this might be a hot take, and maybe some people would agree, maybe some people would disagree. Why can't the NHL implement the rule that college basketball does on, you shoot it towards the basket, buzzer goes off, whatever, like it hits the rim and out, okay, no good. Why does it not implement the same thing? Now, like if he shoots it and it bounces off a player and then into the net, no good. But if uncontested, like we can see from a simple slap shot, the puck is already off his stick with 0.2 or 0.3 seconds left to go, and the puck is in transit in the middle of the air, like by the time it hits double zeros, and unassisted it hits nobody but the goalie. Like if it hits off the goalie and then it would count. But why? It didn't, because that was right at the end of the first intermission, which I totally forgot. But it's one of those things where, you know what, if this win, maybe Vegas wins. I don't know. Like Vegas, there's been a lot of, hold on, let me take a swig. Let me check. Oh, we're good. Yeah, let me do, we're good. We still got a couple minutes there. I haven't checked the chat in a while. Chat, how we doing? I have not checked the chat in a while. What's up? I see we're rooting for the Canes in this chat and the Golden Knights in that chat. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, I haven't checked the chat in a minute. My bad, people. What Oh, no. Okay. What I was thinking of. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. From what I've noticed, Vegas has gotten shafted on a lot of calls. Lots of them. Last game with the offsides is the offsides. Which I'm kind of like, whatever. The Barbashev, no. Who was it? Somebody ran over Anderson coming in, and it's like, okay, that one makes sense, because it was goalie interference. But like, freaking, you have the offsides call. You have the Anderson scramble at the net in game 2. You have this, which, like, it's so, like, so tedious, where it's like, we're going to have a moment where we're going to have a puck don't lie. And, like, it's like, this is why Vegas will win this series. Is it's like, all the hockey gods are like, no, you cannot freaking win. And then what's going to happen when Vegas... Because... well, okay, I'm not going to say... there's no guarantee to this, but it's like, if Vegas starts to blow Carolina out in Game 5, will Carolina be able to catch up? Like, if if they go up 3-0 or 4-0 again in Game 5, I know, I get it that it's going to be in Carolina, but, like, I don't know. Maybe, but then again, like, no lead is safe in this series at all. It's just, it was so freaking crazy with just how close it was. I would have turned the other cheek. I would have turned the other cheek and said, "Oh, look at that! It's 2-2, heading into intermission, folks. Take it away. Totally forgot about that. But it's a huge momentum shift too, because it's the difference of it being 3-1 going intermission versus 3-2. But in the end, there is a puck don't lie moment, because you have Carlson's goal and then you have Howden's goal that ties it up at 3 apiece. So then Stahl's goal. You know what? Oh my gosh, we would have played overtime tonight then, because this Ehlers goal. This only happens because it's an empty netter, because Vegas is down by so much. But so we're sitting here at 4-3. Let's look 4-3 with Vegas. That Stahl goal to make it 4-4 would have just blown the roof off the place. Okay, so then it would have been 4-4 headed to overtime. Anybody wins. Maybe that's where Jack Eichel or Aho gets involved in this series, because those two have not been super productive in this series at all. As we talked about, he had an assist today, 3 shots. Okay, that's not that bad, but he has so far 0 goals. Look at this too: 5-4, 3-4, 4-5, 5-3. The other thing too, with some records, like records that do not want to be held or kept, Hart has set the record for the most. He's the only goalie that has given up 5 goals in each of the first, 3 or more. It's either 4 or more, or 3 or more goals in the first handful of series games, because 4, and 5. So, anyways, now questions turn to also if who's going to be on net for Game 5. I would put Anderson back out there, because I don't know. It'd be a tough choice. It'd be a super tough choice on who, because yeah, I don't know. Like, Bussy played fine today, but he also, I mean, if it was 5-1 or a shutout, okay, maybe we might, but at the same time, like, the The lead was given up. Now, that's not all on Bussy, and that's not his fault 100%, but there's, I don't know, it's such a tough, here, where do we go? I want to go to the series, but I want to look at, like, stats. I want to look at stats for the series. Alright, so... $750. Okay, then let's go. It's a weird call. Weird call. 18. So he faced 18 shots. Hold on. Let's go. Oh no. Let's look at something here. I'm actually super curious. Let's actually look. Genuinely, let's look at something here. Because it said he faced 18 shots. So then 23 in game 1. 26 in game 2. He was pulled in this game. He was pulled. Oh, yikes. Yikes. Only 16. He only faced. Yikes. Then let's go to game 4. And then in game 4, he only faced freaking 18 shots. Okay. Alright. Okay. I don't know. I kind of will agree with the announcers and what they were talking about. They were talking about you still give Anderson some rest because you've bought him some time by winning this game. Because I don't think Bussy necessarily won this game. Because I think both goaltenders to this point have played pretty bad. Because you look at the goals. I mean, everybody's scoring in every single game. This isn't there hasn't been any masterclass games where they pitched a shutout. I mean, in last year's, let's go pull it up actually, because I think, let me do standings. Come here, Florida. Come here, Florida. Let's talk about your schedule. In the postseason. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these. Look at these 2 goals. 1 goal. 1 goal. Like, Bobrovsky started to play super impressive there. Okay. That's something to note. That is definitely something to note. If you care about those little stats. I don't know. I think the series is still so up in the air that because I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the coach, where it's like, yeah, where would you go? Where would you turn to net? Because it's like both goalies have given you wins, both goalies have given you not given you losses, but like there's parts of me where it's like you do ride the hot hand and you go with Bussy for game 5, but because if you win game 5, you have to go with Bussy game 6. But then if you don't win game 5 and you lose game 5, then you go with Anderson game 6, because that's what the commenters were talking about with the end of this game. Is they were talking about let's just win this game, and then after they win this game, You let Anderson, you continue to give him some time, because the other thing too that's kind of been lost in translation this whole time is Anderson has started every single game up until this point in the playoffs. Like Bussy hadn't started a game in 2 months because this whole time in the playoffs he has not played, and so he hasn't had an off day. I think that's where I think the cracks are starting to fall through for Hart as well with Vegas. Is Hill or Schmidt haven't gone, and so there is parts where I would think Vegas makes a goalie change for Game 5 as well. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, by the time we got this far last year in the Stanley Cup final, Packard would no. It was Skinner, and then Bobrovsky was the whole way too for the Panthers, and so like there's parts of me where I don't know. Maybe you stick with it. I don't know. It's definitely very interesting. It's interesting. I'd kind of agree with the announcers where maybe you go with Bussy for Game 5, and then win, lose, or draw, whatever happens, Anderson for 6, and then you just try to, because at that point if they did lose, like you throw your best goalie out there, which Anderson, because that's the other thing that's kind of interesting too, is like Anderson's gotten you there. Yes, he's been very shaky in the first 3 games, but it's like, knowing who they have played up until this point, it's like, can you blame him? Vegas is a wagon right now. Vegas went right through Colorado like nothing, and it just kind of, I mean, both defense, it's not like both defenses are helping out their goalkeepers anyway either. Like two of the freaking goals that Vegas had the other game were own goals. It's not like I wouldn't put that blame on him, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. All right. So I got my little swig. Let's keep rolling, shall we? Let's keep talking about the games. I haven't looked at the chat in a minute. Okay, all right. We're still rolling with the Canes over on this stream, and we're rolling with the Golden Knights on this stream with a couple votes. All right, people. Hey, thanks for all the likes. We're almost to 10 likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, let's. We're at 5 likes over there. Sick. All right, let's keep it rolling, shall we? Okay, let's go now. So, though that was Game 4, and that's my reactions on Game 4. My reaction to Game 4 is that the Carolina gutsy win. Figured it out. Ooh. I should not be yawning. It is still somewhat early, and I do want to do a gaming stream. But Canes figured out a way to get a gutsy win. All right. Wemby avoids a flagrant foul for shoving. Oh, here we go. Where is Spurs punk the Knicks in Game 3? Hell yeah, they did. Hell freaking yeah, they did. Dude, they thought they were gonna sweep them, and then they did. Victor Wembanyama avoids a flagrant foul for shoving Brunson. It's kind of been a funny thing to look at too, considering like Knicks fans thought they were gonna sweep. So it has been some time, and so I could make a video. I need to make a video and post a video. My thoughts and reactions to Game 3, because I haven't yet. Here is what the takeaway was: is there was the clutch shot by Fox. So that was the first thing that happened. And there wasn't things that had transpired. I mean, you can go with the chase down block by Wemby, but it's not like there was like, okay, boom, there we go. It's like, it's when this player rolled their ankle, and then that's when no. It was kind of the Spurs. It's weird, and it feels like a stereotype that people always use the boxing analogy of like, they just boxed this whole game. Knicks would come in with a punch, and then the Spurs would counter punch. This went the distance. This was a long 12-round fight. And yeah, I'm gonna, as lazy as it is, that's kind of the only thing that I can compare it to, because all the times that the Knicks would drain a couple threes to try to get back into the game, the Spurs would counterpunch, whether it was Harper, whether it was Castle, whether it was Wemby. Like, here come the Knicks. They're going to start to gather things. They're going to get on a run here. And then, oh, look at that tray ball. Spurs are right back in it. Spurs are right back in it. And now, instead of only being up by 1, now they're back up by 4. Oh, and then they turned around, little layup, and 1. Okay, now they're up by 7 again. Like, just everything that the Knicks threw at them, the Spurs had an answer. But then also, within the final 4-ish minutes, we did have the Wemby block. We had Fox's clutch shot, because there's parts of me that think with how Brunson was shooting the 3 ball, because he got hot at the very end of the game. Fox doesn't make that shot and we go back. Brunson's sinking that 3. That's just my thought, because when it got to the very end, when they were, you know, nickel and diming him, like fouling him to get to the line to get a possession, at the very, 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 very end, that is where the Spurs just started to play clutch, fundamental basketball. Like, that's the only way that I can explain it, because it's like Brunson hit a 3 to cut it to 6, and then OG hit a 3 to cut it to 3, and then it's like we have 24 seconds here. Brunson makes a 3, but it's like with the 7 seconds, because you can't mess with all the game clock, because, you know, you have to make a bucket here. Like, the Spurs were able to hold on to the ball, not turn it over, get fouled, because Castle did make some free throws at the very end of the game, to the point where there are a lot of other teams in that position that, yeah, probably would turn the ball over. And then here come the Knicks. Oh, 3 ball, bang. Knicks now have the lead by 1, and look at that. The Spurs are down 3-0 now. Like, they were able to just hold on to the ball, not do anything silly at the very end of the game, and just keep it within their possession. And that's ultimately, that's why I think the Spurs beat the Knicks. I also think the Spurs beat the Knicks too, because let's see, there might be a stat here. Let's go see if we can find a stat. I mean, they outshot 29-21 in the 4th quarter alone, so you got that. Oh, that's game 2. No, where's game 3? My bad. Whoops. My bad. 20 to 23, 20. Oh, there we go. 35, 27 in the 3rd quarter to, you know, cut into the lead that the Knicks had, because I believe the Knicks, their lead, their total lead, there it is, largest lead, 7 points. Because again, there was a 42 to 24 point stretch where New York just took over. Towards the end of the 2nd quarter, leading into halftime, they took over, and then, but anyways, I mean, it is what it is. But it doesn't matter, because Spurs win, and now we are guaranteed at least 5. Which, again, if you thought they were gonna sweep, I'm kind of like, okay. Let me get a swig real quick. Here we go. Alrighty, people. Let's keep it rolling, shall we? Shall we, folks? There we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Alright. Now let's go to baseball. Which, dude, once we are in the dog days of summer, we are going to cover the shit out of baseball. Get ready, because you're going to be seeing a whole lot of me overreacting to the White Sox winning a game and a walk-off, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what the White Sox could do from here? Well, if you look at the Braves, you know, technically, because the Braves are the best team, you know, the White Sox could gather a couple wins here in a row. And then oh my gosh, look at that freaking gauntlet. They got to play Atlanta and then the Dodgers and then the Yankees. And then they could get their feet back under them against Detroit and Cleveland. But no, yeah. Well, actually, we're going to be covering the World Cup at the same time, too. Okay, you know what pisses me the hell off, too? I missed the Iceland. Did they play Ireland or Iceland? They played somebody. Who did they play? No. See, World Cup won't talk about it. But oh, dude, we're gonna pull up this video. If they will show me a video, we will pull it up. ISL summary. So it's Iceland. So it is Iceland. Okay, yeah, beat them 3-0. The penalty shot to make it 2-0. Okay. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Okay, guess what I did right when I was setting this stream up. You know what I did? I fast forward to the second half and went, brrr. Oh, they scored? Okay. Brrr. Oh, they scored again? How'd they score? Brrr. Let's rewind a little bit. Dude, I just pedaled it. Like, it's like we can't win games with penalty kicks. Come on. Now, do not get me wrong. I think there's levels of flopping in every single sport, and maybe soccer is probably one of the worst. But no, I was super pissed that it freaking I missed. Oh, who did Argentina play in Aggie Land? Oh, Bolivia? No, who'd they play? They played somebody. Argentina. Yeah, what was the one that was played in College Station at Aggie Land? Oh, Honduras. So they played Honduras. Okay. Prior to that, our secured 2-0 friendly win over Honduras and College Station. Again, this game would have been so sick to watch because it's in freaking Kyle Field. I think, yeah, whatever. And then they wore their blues, which I'm not the biggest fan of the blues, but it is what it is. Clearly, you know, I'm making the calls. I'm messing. Well, I would take the blues over their purples. Their purples don't look good. But like, there's so many, like, yeah, just that game happened, and then the Iceland game happened, and it was going on during the same time. And well, you're not basketball and you're not football, so it didn't get advertised on ESPN. Like, it just, by the time the game got over, the hockey game got over, and I switched over, literally all the players were dapping each other up, and it's like I literally missed it by that much. Where, yeah, oh well. But I mean, it was a blowout. And like, I figured it's Argentina versus Iceland. I figured they'd win, but some teams have been taking their final. Yeah, that's what they've been calling it, tune-up. Kind of like a preseason game, but not like just a tune-up where it's like, hey, here we go. Let's do one more huzzah before we get into the World Cup. Because, I mean, if you don't think expectations are sky high for Argentina, clearly you haven't been watching hockey. Not hockey, sorry, my bad. Soccer. Clearly you haven't been watching soccer in the last, decade plus, because it's like literally Argentina made it to the final in Brazil. I believe they made it to the Elite Eight in Russia. I can't remember. Won it in Saudi Arabia. No, it was Qatar, my bad. Won it in Qatar. And then now, like, I would say it's Final Four or bust for I'm not Argentinian, but like, as a Messi fan and an Argentina fan, There's parts of me, I don't look at it as it's World Cup final or bust, where it's like you either win or it's a. But like, I mean, if they make it, like, I don't know. Like, I really, yeah, it. I mean, they played France and they lost to France in 2018, so it's like, I mean, they lost to the team that eventually won it, so you could take it two ways, but anyways. Alrighty. Okay, what other sports is going on? People, I haven't looked at the chat in a minute. Lionel Messi takes a pitch immediately. What? Hold on. ESPN. Okay, let me go look that up. Okay, we'll have to wrap up the stream too. And get the gaming stream going too, so I don't. And immediately scores. Huh? No, come on. It's like he immediately scores, shows a penalty, shows someone else getting penalized, and then he takes the penalty kick for him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's literally doing. Stop. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Hold on. Did he get penalized though? Hold on. Did he get tripped? Oh my, he wasn't even he wasn't even the one that got tripped. It was my. Oh my. Stop it. See, this right here is the one thing I do not like about soccer. I don't. Which, are you allowed to do the hezzy step? Like, okay, I get this is a friendly, but it's like in the hold on, in like the official, like we are in the big leagues of the big leagues. Is this little pause step that he does here? Is this legal by definition? Like, looks like he stopped momentum for like a half second. I don't know what he scored, but whatever. Whatever. I'm not trying to come off as a Messi hater. Y'all know I'm not. I had no clue he freaking scored. Okay, get scrappy. Can we see a video? Can we see a video? Oh, you're gonna hide a video from me? Oh yeah, watch this. I'm gonna freaking go find it. Because you guys don't want to show. Okay, you want to know something? Brazil. It's like, okay. All right, here we go. Friendly, heated, quote, friendly match. Oh my, I don't want to hear you guys talk about it. Show me what happened. Okay, a little bump, whatever. Okay, a little shove, whatever. Oh my gosh. What in the hell? Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, in the NHL, you got guys taking pucks off the face. Okay, hold on. No, let me get in here. You get a yellow card. No, I grabbed the wrong one. You get a red card. Okay, all right. And then what else happened? She's like, hey, get her the hell out of here. Okay, and then what else? What else do we have? Oh, okay. Well, a little bit of defense, nothing too. Oh! What the hell is this? Oh my gosh. Okay. See, thank you, YouTube, for not hiding this. Because that's one thing that like low key pisses me off about the NHL is there was a scrap that happened today during today's game. And what did they do? They cut straight to commercial break. You know where that shit wouldn't fly? NBC. Buy back the NHL and its intellectual properties. We don't mind watching the bruisers. Here we go. Okay, so she shoves her off and then leans back into the foul like James Harden a little bit. Oh my, okay. And then is she claiming that she got hit in the nose? Okay, that's a little bit of a flop too. She's like, what's going on? What's going on? I didn't do anything. Red card, red card. Penal, penal, penal. Which, in fact, I think I have a video here. There we go. We'll go back to it. We'll definitely go back to it. Ends in chaos. Brazil's go off on ref. Let me see my. Here, we'll go back to that in like 2 seconds. Let me pull up my. There is a video of like a dog tripping. I want to look it up real quick. Oh no. Come on, where's my... And they're like, sí, claro, penal, penal. Where, Messi, 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 Messi. It's the dog, it's a dog running on a beach. It's got no. Oh, it's no. No, it's if it's not here, then it's gone. Yeah, well, hold on. Oh, wait. It might be. Wait. It's gonna be right here in this group of. Cause they're. Wait. Cause you can remember that it's like. In a chunk of like, oh, I remember seeing these memes. Okay, we're close. Damn it. I lost it. Okay, then let's go over here. You know what? Let's no. Hold on. Let's just do this. Let's just go on YouTube and like look it up. Look up the meme. Dog flopping. Tripping. Let's do tripping. No. Oh. Darn it. Hold on, let me look up. FIFA World Cup. No, come on. Where's my... Hold on. No, there's got to be a way to do this. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's right freaking... penal. See, freaking, there it is. It's right there. Gall, you stupid. Gall, that took me for freaking ever. I should have just gone this way. My bad. We're doing that next time. Every single freaking... Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Hold on. Let me... Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Oh, wait. Boop, boop. There we go. Where's the...
Señoras y señores, penal.
Estaba dentro del área.
Espera.
Es penal. Es penal.
Tiene el brazo bien abierto.
So, anyways, that took me like 2 seconds to find. Penal. Sí, claro. Penal. It's just...
Señoras y señores, penal.
Penal! Anyways, I have a couple other funny ones. I just have way too many. Alright. Oh. Back to the lab, ladies and gents. Here we go. Let's pull up. Apparently we had a fight, so let's get into it, shall we? Which, if this doesn't get, there we go. Playing with 9. Which, that's what's so weird about soccer is, like, they'll just make oh yeah, they were missing a handful of players, so they had to play with 9. And they'll just play the game. It's like, whatever. They don't need everybody. Whoa, what am I missing here? So everybody's hugging each other. What did I miss? Oh, there's the one that blew something earlier. Did I? Well, okay. A little trip there at the end. But she's like, whatever, let's just call the game. You ladies have been fighting too much. And then we got this. Oh yeah. She's getting in there. She's like, you don't get to disrespect me. Red card, which, as a ref, you just need to walk away. It's like, whatever. Literally, you got paid. It's fine. For fights, there sure weren't any fights. I was promised a little brouhaha. Come on. Who ended up winning? Oh, the United States won nothing. What stadium is this? Hold on. And in chaos, Brazil goes off on the refs after the whistle. What stadium is this? I'm trying to think of like context clues around the area to be like, oh, this is in I have no clue. I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm final guess foreign. I don't think it was in the States. Oh, it was in Brazil. Okay. All right. Anything else? Anything else we got to talk about? So we talked about. We talked about Messi. We talked about 12 athletic directors. Whoa! Hold call to vent over Sorsby's ruling. Big 12. Oh, I read it as 12 athletic directors. My bad. Not Big 12 athletic directors. Ayuk aims more harsh. I did see the Brandon Ayuk stuff going on. Like, and he talked about I'll be playing on a new team in 27 anyways. And I was like, dude, you might be in jail. There's a warrant. No, but and here's my take too on the whole Ayuk situation as well. If Ayuk played last season, even if he played like 2 or 3 games last season, did I really just read female dogs? Just write bitches, dude. You're a professional sports network. Just write bitches. It's fine. You don't need they call them female dogs. Well, you can write bitches. That's fine. It's like that's literally what the quote is. I watched the video a little bit. I watched the video a little bit talking about like paying $50 million and stuff over 8 months, which I don't think it was too much of a stretch, actually, all things considered, because I mean, Ayuk was playing good football for the 49ers, and personally, yeah, I would have paid something along those lines. But what the problem is that turned into the problem was that he stopped playing for the 49ers after he got paid, which back to my original thought on like the rumors and the speculation swirling about him wanting to go to Washington. My brain thinks, because I think all things can get negotiated with contracts. I mean, look at the AJ Brown dispute that was going on with the Eagles. It got so much to a point where it's like, fine, we'll work with you. You want to get out of here? Okay, let's send you to the Patriots. Let's work on this deal. There's parts of me with the 49ers. The 49ers probably would have done the same thing. Where it's like, hey, you don't want to play here? All right, we'll send you to Washington. But like the truth is, he refused to play. Like, because that's where I think the difference is the difference of not playing. Like being an injured player or a player that is coming off of like sitting. Because which player just who was having Hendrickson, yeah. Trey Hendrickson was having contract holdouts with the Bengals right before the season. And then their rookie defensive guy was as well. So there's parts of me where it's like you have your contract disputes and stuff, and like you let it work out and stuff, and you just here's what makes the difference is, okay, play. He's an extremely talented player. He's been, the season the year they went to the Super Bowl, super effective. He got his money's worth, and then just, I think last year, not last year, but last year, the year that McCaffrey got injured as well with the hamstring, I believe that's the year he got injured as well. But I don't know. Anyways, he's a talented player. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, dude, if you want to leave, let's work out a deal to get you out of here. Because, hell, even who was the? I'm trying to think. Yeah. That was one. I think that's. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. Whatever. Yeah. I don't remember. Did he tear his ACL? He's something. And didn't Devo? I was about to say Dabo Sweeney. No, didn't Devo also have an injury or something? And he got in like a public thing with the 49ers. I can't remember, which is why he also went to Washington. Like he chose to go to Washington, which is whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. Oh well. Oh well. I think my final thought and verdict on it is if he would have played any games this year with the 49ers, they probably would have traded him. Because I think the other thing is I think he has a tag on him where he's forced to play 1 or 2 more years. Because I think they franchise tagged him just like how there's another NFL player that was getting franchise tagged. But it was a yeah, it was Higgins. It was Higgins, and everybody was freaking out because they were like, "Oh, the Bengals are using him. Oh, the Bengals are being, because people were talking about, T. Higgins should request a trade instead of getting franchise tagged again. It worked out because he ended up getting paid, but yeah. All right. So we talked about that. Talked about the NFL. Sources: Bengals restructure Joe Burrow's contract. I saw this where there might be reports of Mayfield and the Buccaneers having issues, and it's like literally just sign him. What is the big holdup? Literally, we saw how good the Buccaneers were before they got Tom Brady, and it's like, come on now. You need a QB. You're not like, because look at this. Like, literally, we have the Rams who are ready to go win a Super Bowl, and the Cardinals are in a public dispute with Jacoby Brissett. It's like, what the hell are we doing? Again, goes back to my claim, personally, not speaking for every NFL team, but you look at every single NFL team here, you cannot convince me that every single NFL team is sending its best quarterback out on the field. And every NFL team here wants to compete to go play on the last Sunday in February for a Lombardi trophy. You cannot convince me that. Like, I do not think the Jets are pulling the same kind of strings as the Patriots. Or why are we seeing, the Rams make polls, to get big name defensive guys like Garrett. Then you turn around to go, well, what's Miami doing? What's Washington doing? What's Philly doing? They're not. All right. I think that's all. All in the world of sports. Ooh, hold on. Let's do college baseball. Let's do one more. Friday. They play Friday. Okay. Because I saw College Baseball World Series. Breaking down the 8 teams headed to Omaha for the College Baseball World Series. I don't know. I think I saw West Virginia is in the mix. Same with Alabama. Ooh, I shouldn't be on so much. Same with Alabama. Okay, I don't know bracket. So is it a best of 3, best of 3, best of 3, best of 3? Is that what it is? Which, by the way, hell of a matchup here. Red River, a little bit of Red River in baseball, and then hell of a matchup. Parts of me, I'll pick UNC. I'll pick probably Texas, probably West Virginia here. So UNC, West Virginia, Texas, and I don't know over here. Which I love. Never mind. Never mind. I love how they'll not tell us scores of any games or I don't know how. Nothing. I don't know how it works. Maybe it turns into a best of 3. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. So then, when did the Sun Devils? Who beat the Sun Devils? Oh. Oh, they'll send 4. Oh my gosh, I'm so... Oh my gosh, that's regionals, super regional. Oh my gosh, it's all coming together. They're sending the 4. They'll all go play each other in the tournament, and then the winner goes to oh my... I'd lose my head if it wasn't on my shoulders. Holy shit. Okay. It's making sense. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Okay. Oh, don't even get me started with lacrosse. I think actually, I think men's lacrosse just ended. Yep. Yep. Princeton and Notre Dame, which missed it. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Sorry, people. I'm getting tired. All right. Ooh. Okay. We'll end the stream here. People, thank you for hanging out. If you guys want to do a gaming stream, be sure to tune on in. We'll start that up here in about 10 minutes. But I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Here, let me close out of that. Let's close out of that. Alright, people. Yep. Alright. Those are my thoughts on the sports today. Oh my gosh. Sorry, people. Sorry to lose my train of thought for a little bit and got tired. So, anyways, we'll end the stream here. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you guys want to see a little bit of a gaming stream, tune back in here in the next couple minutes. We'll get that queued up and ready to go, but I'll see you in the next one.